Well, good morning, and how are you guys doing out there in the land of the internet? Hopefully, everything is doing well for you today. Wow, it is Tuesday, if I'm correct. Tuesday means more fun, more time for you. How's the weather out where you're at? Is it cold enough? Is it hot enough? What is it? It's summertime, so it should be warm. For about 3 months of the year, we get this thing called summer, and everyone acts so strange, like, oh my God, it's 105 degrees. Well, yeah, it's summertime. It's generally what happens when we're dealing with summer. Well, with that being said, just so we're all kind of on the same exact page and we're all talking about the same exact thing, I would just much rather share some time with you guys. Let's do
The
this the right
opinions
way.
and views expressed by individuals during this broadcast are their own and may not be the opinions of this network, their group, or other organization they may be involved with.
What is going on, you bunch of maniacs? And how is your Tuesday treating you? I got up this morning kind of late and I started thinking about what I wanted to talk about today. And I thought, there's just no possible way that no matter what I talk about, um, I'm going to get to a place that we're all happy. Because, a lot of people, want to talk about things that they feel passionate about. And how are we to feel passionate when, basically life is just kind of going so damn fast? We could ask it to slow down. We can even make it slow down. But the problem with the slowing down thing is then we're really unhappy when we don't get the outcome that we're looking for. I started doing this idea here just because I wanted you guys to come sit at the table with me and hang out and smoke a little bit and chat and have that thing, And then suddenly I sat here and I turned on the internet. I looked at the internet, and the first thing that came up was, have you seen this emotional support gator? Wally, the owner, says he lost it in Georgia. Come on now. We're losing alligators in Georgia. I mean, seriously, this is definitely a strange thing. That's the land of the alligators, right? I don't know. It doesn't really matter. So tell me, what do you got going on this fine day? For me, I'm going to try to get a few things done and stay cool. The stay cool tends to be a number one issue for people. Heat stroke is a serious thing. Drinking water, keeping yourself hydrated, staying above the curve or ahead of the curve is the key. For most of my friends that live outside of the United States, your summers might be a little different. How? I don't know, and I'm very curious to that. I mean, do you have a summertime like we do? Do you celebrate it the same way? Most people celebrate it by going to the beach, hanging out with their children. Summertime. Think about it for one moment. When we were young kids, we would take 3 months out of the year and take it out of school. And then basically your parents would take you to go on vacation or wherever you were going. And then suddenly you went back to school. I know it sounds so arbitrary, doesn't it? The thing is, things have changed. We have kids that are now homeschooling. We have kids that are now doing school online. So therefore, they don't have that same 3 month break that we used to have when we were kids, or as we remembered as kids, or maybe you don't remember as a kid, but I do. I remember looking forward to summertime. I remember thinking that summertime was so great because I could get on my bicycle and I could ride all day long and all night long. My parents were very open to it. Parents liked the fact that I was getting out and having fun with my friends, as like most parents, most kids. I'm back before the street lights were on. Yeah, I know, right? What a trip. That's a weird concept when we think about that whole thing. But I wanted to start something off the right way with you guys and let you guys have a taste of something the right way. Imagine that. That's me. Well, I know. Probably you're sitting there thinking, duh, we already know that. A Baltimore area teacher is accused of using the AI to make his boss appear to be racist. What a topic for the news of this. Do you remember the times when the news would have things that were actually newsworthy and actually made you think about what you were watching and how you were doing it? And you got all these other people now that are just so quick to jump on this bandwagon on whether it's shocking news or it's even normal news. What is normal news? Is normal news that there's voting going on, that there's the stock market? What is normal news? When we start thinking about this, we get back to that key word there is normal. What is normal? Normal seems to be one of those arbitrary thoughts that we can't really control because it's normal, right? Normal would be shopping. I don't know. That seems so, I don't know, mundane to me. What about you? Okay, so with that being said, I got to doing some thinking this morning, and I woke up a little late, and my first thought was I wanted to share a certain time of the day with you guys. Do you know what time of day I'm talking about? I know you know what time of the day is. You look at your clock right there. It even says what time of the day it is.
Bong time, it's bong time. Don't you just know bong time? It's bong time, it's bong time. Everyone loves bong time. Bong time, it's bong time. Don't you just know bong time? It's bong time, it's bong time. Everyone loves bong time.
Not everybody does, but some people understand it greater and easier than others. What's going on, Sir Steve-O? And how are you guys doing? If you guys are watching on the NOK, then you know the guys that I'm always talking to right here, that Hobbies the Puppet, Sir Steve-O, good friends of mine. A new Lennon-McCarthy collab has dropped, but this time it's by the Beatles' son. Think about this. The sons of the Beatles are getting together and making music in the name of their fathers. Is that still a thing, or is that just a thing of the old? We think about it as being, if my son suddenly started making music, would he be making music like I make music? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't necessarily believe just because they have the Beatle gene in them that they are the Beatles. That's a little different. You know what I mean? That's like saying, if my dad was a race car driver, that automatically makes me a race car driver. Not true. Ancient predatory worms have scientists rethinking the history of life on Earth. Wow, think about that. Let's see. 500 million years ago, the world was a very different place. During this period of time, known as the Cambrian period. Whoa. Basically, all life was in water, and the ocean was brimming with animals that looked pretty different from the ones that we recognize today, including a group of predatory worms with throat-covering teeth and spines. Can you imagine that? Crazy. I don't know. Something about, Mother Nature drives me wild. Whether we're hiking, whether we're walking outside in the public, whether we're even at the park, sometimes when we're taking these moments in, you got to look at Mother Nature and think how beautiful and how perfect she is. Sometimes, not all the time, sometimes she is more than perfect. She has this thing about her that all of us absolutely love. This is why people know about the weather, because they love it. They want to see what she's doing. I mean, what else would it be? If we didn't know what it would be, we would just be confused and we'd be calling it something probably totally different, I'm imagining.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com. Are you a Northern Ontario resident searching for credible information on cannabis as a medicine? No Sir is here to help. Established in 2013, Northern Ontario Cannabis Education and Resources is here for you. No Sir Director Kim Cooper brings you 45 plus years experience utilizing cannabis as a medicine and is spreading the education across the North. Activism, resources, referrals, and more at No Sir. Don't be a jackass. Say no sir to cannabis propaganda with No Sir. Find us at www.nocer.ca.
Oh, you're back. I thought so. Pretty cool. Hey, got one for you. In Europe, hurry up and wait. Servers speed walk through Paris, reviving a century-old race. Servers speed walk through Paris, balancing trays and beverages and croissants on Sunday. Paris hasn't held a waiters race since 2011, but though it's back and it's ahead of the Olympics, you think about it. I know a lot of waiters, a lot of actors, a lot of people that are out of work or even working doing the whole wait staff. And if they knew that this was going on, they would be stoked. Especially like if, you went to Oktoberfest where those girls are grabbing like 10 and 15 trays of, 10 and 15 beers on one tray and they're walking with all these beers through a crowd. It's definitely an impressive thing to say the least. Part of me goes, could you do it? Would you want to do it? Nah, I don't think I would want to do it. But it's definitely a cool idea, the fact that our servers get to do this. There are people that are the waiting staff, at least half of the waiting staff that we know are young people at their very first jobs, or as we know, actors, actresses waiting for their break. So therefore, they get out there and they get their job working at a restaurant. Not a fast food restaurant, but a restaurant, to say the least. What about it makes it exciting to you? If you had a server that you do, would you go to the same restaurant over and over? Or are you like me where you're like, I don't have the money to go out, so I make food at home. I make food at home because it makes me feel basically like I'm doing something. You know what I mean? When I go out to a restaurant, I do like it. Don't get me wrong. It's just sometimes I feel like the price for things are just a bit high these days. You want tacos and you're spending $9 for 3 tacos. Just something about that does not seem kosher. We got 2 viewers, 2 hearts. Thank you so much for the reaction, guys. I do appreciate it. That does help, believe it or not. The shocking tactic electric fish use to collectively sense of the world. I don't know. Does this make sense to you? This is a long article. I'd probably read it to you, but it's way too long to be reading into you. Leap for joy, the creative way that the NPR listeners are making their way for February. Huh, pretty strange. February 2024. This is an old article, but that's all right. We don't mind. I like looking at these articles. Oh, why do we leap day? We remind you so very often that we forgot another 4 years. Yeah, leap day. I don't know. I always thought it'd be crazy if you were born a leap year child. Wouldn't it be crazy if you were a leap year child and you're getting a birthday every 4 years? What a concept about that. I don't know. Would that make you feel pretty awkward or what when you're really like, I'm really 20 years old? Oh, I just found a unique one for all of us right here. Scientists scanning the seafloor discover a long-lost Stone Age megastructure. Think about that one for a while. How cool is that? We don't get to go down to the bottom of the ocean very often, but now that they're scanning it with all this technology, they're starting to see things more different and more frequently than they had before. Whether they're down there hunting for the Titanic or they're just looking to see exactly where Atlantis was. Would have thought of that one, Atlantis, right? Do you believe in Atlantis? Was that a thing that was real, or is that just one of those wacky things that people talked about, maybe told stories about? Oh, I know. Well, hello. How are you this fine day? Hopefully your day is going swell, and hopefully you're just having a blast. I know you're hanging out with me at the moment, which I do appreciate. I'd love to take you guys on a short little walk. It's going to be a short one out into the garden. I guarantee you it's short. It's only 1 minute, but I wanted to take you out into my garden and show you what's going on. Everyone's talking about a garden. What a thought. I got one for you now. Okay, take a look. 6 views, 2 hearts. Come on, man. If you guys could give me 4 more of those hearts, that would really help in our algorithm here. I want to read you something pretty wild I just found. One woolly mammoth's journey at the end of the Ice Age. Paleontologist Andre Rowe has been a bit preoccupied with a girl named Elma. That's because Elma is a woolly mammoth. And 14,000 years ago, when Elma was alive, her habitat and her interior was Alaska. It was rapidly changing. The Ice Age was coming, and so close, as well as the human hunters were starting their early settlements, which leads to an intriguing question. What killed her? In the search for answers, Andre traced Elma's life and journey through, get this, a single tusk. Today shares her insights with the mammoth is extraction from 1,000 years ago, and this can teach us about all megaformicers and all extraterrestrials of today in the new times. Think about that for a while, man. We're never thinking about, woolly mammoths. Who's thinking about that? That's stuff that you talked about in grade school. That's the stuff that you talked with your mom and your dad at the dinner table. Maybe if you were lucky enough to have a deep conversation with your parents. When we think about all this, we think about history reacts with us. We all have a piece of history that we live within and a confine that we live in. Some of us get out on the normal and how do you say this? Reenact history. 7 views, 4 likes, and thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. Let's go back in time.
All the way here to Tombstone, and they seem they got my here sign. Politicians. What are more than a politician, more than overpaid jerks and tight suits? I couldn't fit into a suit, a little hot there in the summertime, and especially my spurs look a little funny in them. What? Get out of here! Get out of here! Official 1800s bucking board, big wheel, 4x4 trailer, and you too can have the wildest ride. Check it out, Bluetooth, an official metal wheel, and you can pull along 2 horses, 3 horses, 4 horses. Here's an antique bucking board. This here would be your Ford truck in your, how would you say, your 4-wheel drive for all of us farm folks. Take a look.
It's funny that you should say that. Thank you so very much. I'm a big proponent of history. And when I think of history, I try to think of how this history is going to reenact with us. Wait, did I just say that? Reenact. I mean, act with us. It's a leap year. How will you be spending your extra day? Will you be celebrating a birthday on February 29th or have other plans on works? NPR wants to know exactly how you're going to be spending it. Yeah, I'm an NPR fan. I love national broadcasting radio. Something about it really, really makes me feel good. The small message from the big person, if that makes any kind of sense.
Advertising space available at NOK. Contact us for a rate sheet at knocknetwork.com. Send us a message on our social media platforms or email us at info@noknetwork.com.
Valentine's Day report. We've learned that currently a gay, oh boy, okay, they're talking, I'm sorry, I can't even carry on with that. It's going to make me laugh. Gay animals at the zoo. Who thinks of these things? Do they even know that? I don't know. Thank you so much. Thank you so very much. That's right. Welcome and good morning, and thank you for watching us. Take it away for 30 minutes a day on the NOK. Oh, I know. I just had to do that. I'm sorry. I just had to do that. Yeah, you guys checking out the NOK? Are you guys seeing what my friends are doing on the NOK? You should definitely checking out what my friends are doing. They got something definitely going on. Whether it's at 420 or it's at 710, they got it going on. And you should as well. She's like, wow, what the hell are you doing? I know, right? I know. Pretty weird, huh? Well, let's go back for a moment. Let's go back in time and see what we can do about making some stuff happen. If you're like me and you like to travel and you like to go out and see the world, normally you got a little rolling bag with you, or you even carry like a backpack with you. Possibly you carry a small bag with your goods in them. And when you go on these trips, a lot of time what happens is while we're out doing these trips, we start to witness things at the airports and the motorways and different places. But I saw a news broadcast that actually made me go, what the actual who? Get this one. Mummified mummy remains were found in the luggage at a Boston airport. Domestic Republic of Congo attempted to speak out against mummified remains found at the Antwerp. Let me open this up. Airport. Oh my God. What? Think about that for a second. Mummified. Who's carrying a mummified monkey? People will almost do anything, I think. And I mean almost anything. But have you guys had a bong hit today? Have you guys had your moment today? I want to have one if you guys don't mind. And I know you won't mind, because most of you guys know that there's something going on with the NOK. That is the Stoner Games, guys. If you're unaware of the Stoner Games, you should check it out. What a cool concept. And with that, you definitely should get involved. Start working out your sports, start working out your booze, start working out your long jump, your short jump, your that. Don't listen to me. Seriously, don't ever listen to me. No one wants to listen to me this way. You know, guys, I'm gonna play you a little something, and then I'm gonna come back with something exciting, fun, and new. First, let's play this, and then I'll come back with a friend.
Psychedelic Tuesdays on NOK Network. Tune in at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Psychedelic Reporters. Bufo Alvarius is scouring the newswires for stories being reported in the mainstream media on the psychedelic front and passing them on to Hobby's Puppets and Tara Simpson so they can bring them to you, our listeners, in this 60-minute video news podcast. Tuesday evening news. Join us for Tuesday evening news each week at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for all your news and information from the world of psychedelic medicine. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on our webpage, social media, and streaming sites, including YouTube and Rumble.
Peace, news, and views on NOK Network. Patients everywhere advocating cannabis evolution with Kim Cooper and Sir Steve O. Joint hosts interview people in the grassroots and corporate cannabis space across North America and beyond. Sit down with patients, entrepreneurs, lawyers, doctors, and others share their journey with this medicinal plant. So join us for Peace, News, and Views. Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Time, where all consumption is medicinal consumption on NOKnetwork.com. Follow and subscribe to NOK Network on social media and streaming sites including Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble.
Put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. The IWK 710 Daily Sesh is a virtual gathering where consumers meet up for a toke and some laughs at 7 p.m. Eastern nightly. Originally aired on InfoWikim social media pages, the IWK 710 Daily Sesh is now also podcasted on NOK Network. Rotating joint hosts bring you a variety of content during this 30-minute virtual smoke sesh. Take a break from the stresses in life and put it all away for 30 minutes a day on IWK. Podcasted nightly at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on NOK Network.
Hey, dudes and dudettes. Enjoy the show, man.
You're back. That's pretty damn cool. There's 9 of you watching, and there's 4 views in there. And not views, reactions. 4 reviews, reactions with 9 of you. This sounds like a math question, don't you? If 8 viewers leave the train station at 10:32 and 4, no, I'm joking. I am totally joking. Guys, if I brought somebody up to hang out with you today, I hope you would understand who I'm bringing up. But first, I got to go over a few things before I bring them up. First and foremost, let's read some stuff real quick. I read something that really, really, really got me excited. Here we go. Famous women made some surprise appearances this week, and are you paying attention? With the Grammy comeback performance as an unannounced Saturday Night Live visit and an Olympic unretirement, women were center stage this week. Sorry, Swifties. This time, we're not talking about Taylor. That is pretty epic. Guinness Award-winning record man in French who makes Eiffel Tower from matchsticks. World record at first reaction of a tower of a replica that Richard Poulard made from another, think about this, 700,000 matchsticks. But on a further review, the organization said that it might have been a bit too heavy-handed. I don't know, heavy-handed when we're thinking, how much glue to hold that many matchsticks together? That's pretty crazy, 700,000 matchsticks. Yikes, that's almost mind-blowing. Well, with that being said, since we're talking about the mind-blowing stuff, we got 8 views, 6 reactions. You guys know how to make this happen. I'm going to bring somebody up so you guys get to talk with me and my friend this morning. Well, with no further ado, Hobbies the puppet. How are you doing, Hobbies?
Hey, man. How are you doing, dude? Oh, wow.
Whoa. I'm doing all right this morning. What's going on with you, buddy?
I'm ripped. So we've been beta testing puffing through the pollinator as a puppet, and boy, let me tell you, buddy.
Well, let me tell you, because I just read something. As soon as I popped you up on the screen, all of a sudden something popped up in the news. In pop culture, Elmo takes a turn as therapist after asking, "How is everybody doing?" The beloved red puppet asked people how they're doing. They responded with honesty, and in some cases, despair. Elmo replied to many messages with encouragement and empathy. Elmo made the news, dude, so that means you can make the news too.
Right. Yeah, dude, I know this guy, man. We were talking. We were gonna pitch him the idea, but I don't know if the National Health and Humane Services would like a stoner puppet helping them with people going through like issues. Like, hold on, let me stay off the drugs. Yeah. So
Well, think about another one real quick, dude. This is pretty wild because the news tells you weird things. Foul-mouthed parrots are unlikely stars at the British Zoo. Profane parrots. Get this one. Pleased, profane patrons despise the staff that fears that the visitors might be scandalized by hearing such salty language from birds. Can you imagine going to the zoo and you hear a bird like, "Hey, motherfucker!" That would be totally crazy, wouldn't it? Wait, I got the puppet to laugh. That means I'm doing something right this morning.
what's doing right?
I said, then it means I'm doing something right this morning about the puppet to laugh.
Oh yeah, but I'm real high, so it doesn't really count.
So that means you took the glory and the wind out of my sails. First, I'm all happy that I made you laugh. You're like, nah, it's because I'm high. How dare you? This is why Elmo made the news, buddy. This is exactly why Elmo made the news.
Right. He makes people feel great, dude. I fuck.
I'm sure you do as well. When people have a hard time or a hard day, when we see our friends that show up, and our friends, basically puppets or whoever, we get to talk about things and explore with each other. By the way, guys, 7 views, 7 reactions. Thank you so very much. That's exactly what I was hoping to see this morning. I think when we do this, at least for me, I like to smoke, and when I smoke, I like to pontificate and sometimes go into the deep end of the pool. Sometimes, my beautiful other half and I will get in here and we will talk about stuff. I mean, normal stuff that I think people might look at me and go, what the hell? They're really talking about that? I mean, someone asked me yesterday, get this one, by the way, okay? If Bigfoot was real, what political party would Bigfoot be? Wow, was that a puppet just smoking just now? Oh my goodness. Wow, we have a puppet that's actually smoking. Jeez, man. Well, I'm not a puppet, but I would definitely smoke with you. Maybe I am a puppet. I don't know, man. I mean, I've been called many different things in my life. Here you go. This is what time it is, guys.
Bong it time, it's bong it time. Don't you just know bong it time? It's bong it time, it's bong it time. Everyone loves bong it time.
Think about that. That's the single one right there. I got a little 2 of them on here. So hey, you know what time it is? It's time to pick up your universal device and use it, y'all.
Yeah, we're gonna try that again. This time, not with Mr. Hobbies is gonna not hold it. I didn't like it with him holding it. It made me feel like I couldn't do it myself.
What, you want someone else to hold it? That'd be like me whipping it out and be like, hey, Hobbies, hold this. Ho, ho. Wait, sorry about that. It is a morning show. Guys, get with it. Well, I do have a few more things that I would love to demonstrate with you guys, and I'd love to share with you guys while we're hanging out, sharing stuff. A whole 49 seconds of your life that you're probably never, ever going to get back.
What's happening, friends, and how are you doing out there in the land of the internet? Celebrating 420 with someone you care about? You should be. So, happy 420! All right, now we'll celebrate in the 420 fashion. We still get the message out, even if we're in Facebook. Brought to you by Canaline THC tincture. I'm joking. Hopefully your 420 is going spectacular. Let's smoke a little bit while we're at it. Happy 420.
Sorry about that. I got all playing with buttons and messing stuff up.
I like that. That gave me time to choke and cough, and we're like,
like, I got time to go. Yeah, that's funny. That's great. That's great. That's great. Hey, are you guys familiar with? I'm sorry. Come again.
No, I said I still got to work on it. I thank you for letting me practice my dab hits on the Wayniac show.
Absolutely, man. 3:09 in the PM there. That means you must be in Canada, I'm imagining, because currently right now it is 10:40 here in the West Coast. The only coast worth mattering over, by the way. I mean, some people don't get it. People, if you've never been here and you've never witnessed what the West Coast is about, then you can only basically talk crap. Or you're basically going by what the news says. Most people who do not live here don't understand the litany of bullshit that most of us go through when we live here in California, our beautiful, loving state. You know, I got one for you, hobbies. I got one for you. Guys, this is for all of you. It should be playing, but it's not. And with no further ado,
Join us for NOK Network monthly specials, 12 months a year. Movie nights. Spotlight on entertainment. And live on location event coverage. Stay up to date about upcoming programming.
wow, it seems that one there had a little janky going on. But I wanted to read you something that I just found because I almost didn't believe this. You guys ready for this? This is out of current pop culture. And take a look. This is for my Canadian friends out there in Toronto. This Toronto office burglar left behind a valuable clue. A photograph of his own face. Really? Could you believe that? You're robbing a place and you leave your face behind because you decided that you wanted to photocopy your face on the printer. Only in Toronto, guys. I thought that would be a California thing. If I'm not even going to lie to you, I mean, I'm not even going to get close about that one, but, you know, irrelevant. So, hobbies, what do you got going on this fine day?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll ask that again. Hold on. Take two. So, hobbies, what are you doing today?
I am having fun.
That's much better.
Fun. It is 90 degrees with it feels like 104 in the humidity. Not that it isn't, summer. I get it. You said that earlier. That is the consequences for having a warm, nice winter is having a very hot. But it's because of the wetness in the marshland and the coastal winds of the saltwater of the Gulf. It's like a mixture of just everything.
Yeah, I find that for myself, we don't have the humidity like you guys do, but we definitely have the heat. When it's 105 here, it's 105 here. I mean, I do live right at the edge of the Mojave Desert. So the Mojave is basically about 20 miles from me. And basically, so what happens with the Mojave is when she gets hot and she gets windy, she gets hot and she gets windy. There is no coming back from that. So take a look. In June, one of the luckiest bidders took home a Sir Isaac Newton Meditations thought on the causes and the cures for the common plague. The manuscript, which was sold for $108,083, is believed to have been written shortly after Newton's returning to the Cambridge, after nearly 2 years of self-quarantine to avoid the plague. This document is unlikely to be much of the use during the current pandemic. However, it includes most other things and prescriptions and other ways of driving away diseases, which using throat lozenges made by the mixture of toad vomit and powerful toadstools. Get the fuck out of here. Who's eating medicine made out of toad vomit? Are you? Can you imagine eating some lozenge and you're like, what the hell is this? It tastes like shit. And you're like, well, it's toad vomit. I mean, who's doing that shit? Seriously?
All right. I think I'm brave enough to try it one more time. A dab hit. I put the dab right up on top.
Here we go. Well, then let's give you the full stage, buddy. Let's give you how do I do this? Solo layout?
Oh, well, hold on. I gotta wait till I get up there. Oh shit! I gotta torch it. I gotta use the torch.
All right, then I'm gonna give him a second to find himself, get himself together, so he can find his torch get all of his stuff together.
I got the torch. I'm already lighting it.
I'm still learning here. Come on, come on, slow down, Mr. Puppet. I don't have someone's hand up my ass telling me what to do. Wait, actually, I do, actually. So are you ready?
Well, yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm getting ready.
Drum roll, please.
Oh, shit.
We're going to have to work on your deliver hobbies.
Oh, shit. You blew it out, asshole. Wrong tube. Hold on. We got to do it again. Okay, you can put you on the screen. I mean, for a second, because I gotta get my composure. I can't do another big one right there. He blew it out without blowing it out the tube. He was like, and I'm like, no, through the tube.
Well, here, I got another one for you guys. On the Lambo. When the trooper, Rick Morgan, pulled over an SUV going about 51 kilometers per hour, drifting across lanes on the Highway 15 near Ogden, Utah, it may been expected to find that the driver, who was either severely impaired or having medical emergency. Instead, Morgan discovered that a 5-year-old boy was perched on the edge of the driver's seat, his feet barely reaching the pedals, and his head was just clearing the dashboard. The child, who had taken the keys from his family car while his teenager sister was napping, driven 3 kilometers across town before getting onto the freeway. Later told baffled officers that he was planning to make it to California and buy a Lamborghini. Well, he had only been $3 in his wallet and was at least he was driving in the right direction. Holy shitballs. This is real stuff in the news, guys.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, imagine that real quick. You know, you're that young, you're going out, you're getting in trouble, and then all of a sudden you're getting pulled over, you're going to buy a Lamborghini. How about that? You guys getting out a smoke freezer? Do you guys even know what a smoke freezer is? Do you have a smoke freezer? If you are interested in checking out a smoke freezer, you can contact Anthony Laria, or you can contact myself or Chuck Rock. We're the guys who can get information about the smoke freezers for you.
Hey, so I was thinking that if I had one while I'm doing this, I could just lean over and just... It would look sexy if I had a hookah hose.
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
that would be more of a percentile of a stage, I think.
Well, you know, I use a hookah attachment to mine. When I use my smoke freezer, I use a hookah attachment, so I don't have to sit right up on top of it. I kind of sit back, intake how I'd like. Do you believe in ghosts, Hobby? Do you believe in like spiritual stuff, and do you believe in that whole esoteric thing?
Oh, what?
Okay, let me rephrase this. Let me put this in English. Do you believe in ghosts?
Well, you know, things happen. Spirits might stay. I don't know how the energies may or may not portray themselves. I haven't had that holy fuck.
Have you witnessed anything before? Have you seen anything that like people don't get?
No, I mean, I've seen a glowing rock, dude.
Well, take a look. I'm going to show you guys something. My wife and I shot this last month while we were in Tombstone. It's 29 seconds of your life that you can't get back. Tell me what you think.
I'll take your picture.
For the record, that door that opened up in the back door, that back door that opened was sealed.
So the interesting part of this is that she said, "I'll take your picture," right at the part of
Yep. So it's definitely, wild. I don't know. Not everybody believes in this stuff, and some people do. I mean, take a look. People believe certain things. Now, when you read the news, you can find things in the news. I believe I can fly. On 3 occasions this past summer, Songshan Airport in downtown Taipei allowed 60 passengers the chance to check in, collect their boarding passes, clear security with their gating boarding pass for the Chinese Airbus. The plane's destination, nowhere. The groups were lucky winners of a contest that let people role play a day at the airport, satisfying their nostalgic idea for the time when they once air traveled and still was fun and easy prospect. Once a passenger is boarding through the air trip and came to the anticlimactic end, sorry about that, after being granted by the flight attendants, buckled up and sitting in a traumatic fantasy traveling idea. And they didn't go anywhere. Did you imagine that playing role playing at the freaking airport? Most people don't even like to go to the airport by itself, nevertheless, to go role play at a freaking airport.
Right.
I mean, yeah, man, that's pretty definitely, different if you think about that for a few concepts and a few ideas of it. I would love to say thank you for coming up and hanging out with me today, because the time goes by when you have someone up here to talk to. We're sitting at the 52 minutes and 58 seconds. I go 55 minutes in here, guys. I come up and I ramble. I appreciate every single one of you for coming up this afternoon or this morning, hanging out with me and Hobbies and saying hello. I would love to go a little bit longer, but the idea is that we need to have topics and we need to have stuff to keep going longer. It definitely helps when my friend Hobby shows up or anyone else shows up. If anyone would like to check out and come up and wake up with me, you're always welcome. I'll put the link out there for the rest of the world. But for the rest of the day, I want you to think about a few positive things. 1, you matter so very much and you are so very important. No matter who you are, no matter who has told you this today, you definitely matter. 2, the second part is that when we matter, we have to make things happen. It's not about sitting back and waiting for the world to catch up with us. It is about us to grab the reins of the world and ride them like you stole them. 3, it is always good to love your neighbor and treat your lover. Oh, I actually said that. Treat your friends and your neighbors with love and respect, not your lover. And if you have a lover, holy shit, think about that. Unless your neighbor is your lover.
Sorry, I went into a dab coma for a second, man.
That's all right. That's all right, man.
It's a big show on the West Coast. I mean, it was entertaining, quite entertaining. I love the whole the ghost stuff, the Wild West stuff. I mean, you produced one hell of a show today, my bro.
Thank you so very much. Wow. I am fully honored. Coming from a puppet like you, I see what you do out there. And if you guys don't know who my friend Hobbies the Puppet is, you probably should. Hobbies is a very unique puppet, and he has other puppet friends that like to hang out with him. And there's nothing better than going live and watching a whole bunch of puppets just have chaos on the screen. If you guys get a chance to do that, check out Hobbies when he's doing that. Hobbies, is there anything you want to throw out to my friends before we call this day the day?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it not a dab yet.
Oh shit! Let's take him to the main screen so he can do this, guys.
Oh yeah, man.
All for one. A lone chair placed at a lone table in the middle of a Swedish field may be the honest reservation in the COVID-19 era of dining. Board for Ensvaten, a Swedish table for one, Linda Carlson and Rames Pastron, restaurateurs in Sweden, in a village of Ramstedthofen, They just popped over 100 servers, just one dinner per day, and one restaurant. And it's already booked up throughout the summer. With the growing waiting list, the patrons don't even know if they're even going to get in to meet their server. A 3-course vegetarian meal is sent to the table in a picnic basket via 50-meter rope pulley, taking at least some of the social awkwardness out of eating.
That's weird, man. I think there's a hole in it, man. Damn it. Damn it. Right when I thought I perfected something. Ow, ow, ow. It's on my leg. It's on my leg.
What'd you do? You light yourself on fire? Fire! Fire!
Oh, yeah.
Good gracious, you all. Thank you so very much. And if you guys are actually watching this, because I see 7 viewers, 7 hearts, if you're out there, do me one huge favor. I'd really love to see one more heart pop up there, because believe it or not, you're going to help this little old man right here. I don't know about little. I'm 6'3", so maybe I'm a littler old man. Maybe the stature of me. Oh my God. Thank you. Thank you so very much. You know, when people say thank you like that, it definitely gives you this perspective of what you're doing and why you're doing what you're doing. Guys, thank you so very much for allowing me to come up and spend some time with you. I'd like to say thank you to the NOK Network. I would like to say thank you to Kim Cooper for being such a badass. And I would like to say thank you to all my Canadian friends. Thank you so very much for sticking up this morning with me. Oh, Canada. I love it. And guys, if you vote for me for 2028, I will be the Prime Minister of Canada living in wherever I'm living at the time. Hobbies, is there anything you'd like to say before we leave today?
Love you, man.
Oh, man, I love you. Hobbies, I'm going to take this over to the single screen unless you got anything really big you want to throw out there, buddy.
No, I have attitude. Cheers, Sean. Thank you.
All right, then. I'm doing it, buddy. So, you know, in life, most of us have this thing that we do. Whether you wake up in the morning and you feel important, or whether you're going to work and feeling important. The bottom line is that we have to remember how to let each other know that we're important. One of the ideas with doing this is just saying, oh, man, you rock. Doesn't mean that we have to say, wow, have you got a haircut? Are you wearing a low-cut brassiere? No, none of that shit. All we want to do is let them know what matters. By letting someone clearly know that you matter, you totally rock. Each and every one of you, you totally matter to me. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me and Hobbies this morning. Guys, from me and the NOK Network, we would like to say, are you there, Hobbies? Did you leave me?
Oh.
You did leave me. No, you didn't.
I'm here.
Hold on, I'm going back. I'm going back from the NOK. Oh my God, look, we got 8 views. We got 8 reactions. Thank you so very much, you guys. You guys have made this guy a happy camper today. From me to you, be good to yourself and get out and do something important. And if it's not important, just get out and do something. Remember, love yourself, guys.